Okay, so we're going to talk about SARMs. In specific, we're going to talk about osterine or mk2866, also known as enobosarm. But in general, we'll talk about SARMs to start with. They originally came into development around 1998. They were born off experiments to try and separate the anabolic and androgenic agents within steroids and looking at steroidal and non-steroidal agents that actually had an agonistic effect at the androgen receptor. What they were looking for was something that had the benefits of increasing lean muscle mass, bone density, without a negative impact on sexual function, prostate, and aromatization to estrogen and such like. The ideal was that this would be a treatment for hypergonadism, but it wouldn't further any reduction in production, it would supplement it. So instead of the current treatment, which was testosterone, where you were going to suffer shutdown and be fully artificial, this would effectively top up your existing own production with very little in the way of negative effects. Osterine was originally developed by Merck and GTX Incorporated. Now, there is a problem with SARMs. There's a few problems with SARMs, but and one is that they do increase lean muscle mass. They do increase bone density, or osterine does, and they seem to have a minimal effect on prostate. But they also do cause shutdown. That's the bit they don't seem to be able to fix. And it would appear that SARMs at an effective dose for any gain in muscle mass and bone density is also at the point where they start to suppress LH and FSH production. Now, they have been going through various phases of development. Most are only in phase 1, a few are in phase 2, and a lot have been dropped as they try and push to remove the shutdown element. It just seems to complicate things and make the buggers not work at all. Now, a study with osterine was done, and it was a double-blind study, and it was done on 60 postmenopausal women and 60 elderly men. There was no prescribed diet or exercise regime, so that side of their lifestyle was left as it currently was. They all had a total dose-dependent increase in total lean body mass, with the group that were taking 3 milligrams per day increased their body mass by 1.3 kilograms after 3 months, with an actual improvement in performance. More interestingly than anything else, though, was that it reduced fasting blood glucose levels by 11%. It reduced insulin levels by 17%, and it had a 27% reduction in insulin resistance, which are quite nice side effects to have along. But it was suppressive. It also lowered LDL, but it also lowered HDL. So it does have an effect on lipids, which is one of the aspects that we're trying to remove when they first started working on these things. So the result of SARMs as it stands at the moment is that they work but not quite right. Now, going to osterine itself, it is one of the better ones. Do not get it confused with androgen S4, which is not as effective and also carries a side effect of night blindness. It doesn't turn you blind, it just means it makes your night vision a bit shit. The downside with these things is they can be suppressive, and at doses taken to increase muscle mass in any significant way, they are going to be suppressive. But their impact on the prostate is definitely lower than steroids, and these effects on insulin, blood glucose levels, and insulin resistance are obviously a nice little bonus. But don't think they're a safe steroid because they don't cause shutdown, because they do. So there you go. They work and they don't work. You're never going to get massive on these things. But, you know, as a halfway house or a dip in your toe, they're a perfectly legitimate product. As long as you're getting a decent quality product, and that's something you want to watch for. Now, I saw some blood results last week of someone claiming to be using SARMs. Now, granted, we've only got their word for the fact that they said they were using SARMs, but they were shut down beyond belief. They were on their arses. Now, they're either lying, they're using a shitload of them, or it's contaminated with pro-hormones, which is possibly where my head's going with it. I seem to find that creeps in quite a lot with products, is pro-hormone contamination. So there are issues regarding sourcing your SARMs, and I'd be more tempted to spend the money and source them from a genuine research supplier rather than an online peptide company. Though some are quite good, I must admit. And that is it. Not much else to tell you there. So, I hope that was helpful, and I'll get this posted up as soon as possible.